Yo, 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 people. What is up? What is up? It's your boy Jason Gooner back again with another video for the people. Yes, you know we do it, people. Squad is out. So you know we have to do the full breakdown of the squad as we prepare for the game in National Stadium June 6th versus Dominican Republic. As you see on the bottom of the screen, we have something scrolling across. You know, if you're still looking for tickets for the game, we have the promo code that you can use before you purchase to get 10% off the Reggae Boys tickets for that game on June the 6th. So you get a little bit off your bleachers ticket, a little bit off your grandstand ticket. Yes, every little bit helps people. So you don't know. We're going to discuss it, people. Full squad breakdown. We're going to discuss as well something new from the JFF today. We had an injury list put out as well with the squad that they put out. Yeah, we're going to discuss that, see if that's something that was a good move for them to do. Also, we're going to take a look in the tactical board and just look at some potential lineups as well. Yes, and we're going to definitely talk about the gone and the forgotten. You know the saying, gone but not forgotten. Well, we're going to talk about players who used to ply their trade in Jamaica, locally developed, local born, have moved overseas, and some of them had decent seasons this season, but they still can't find their way into the squad. So we're going to just discuss that topic as well as we go through the show, people. So, of course, you don't know, it is what, 10 o'clock where I am now, 9 o'clock in Jamaica. It is much later if you reside overseas in the UK or anywhere in Europe. But guess what? The great thing about YouTube, people, whatever we say now can be seen tomorrow, the next day, the day after that. So we make content that is rewatchable because we usually discuss and break down things. So it doesn't have an expiration date, people. So all the people catching this on the replay, much thanks to you as well. Remember to like the video, still do the YouTube things, share around the content. If you're just finding the channel for the first time, you know what you should do, people. You should subscribe. I was looking at the analytics for the channel the other day, and there's a lot of people watching videos not subscribing. Look, I'm not going to hold anything to you and tell you you must do it. But people, if you're watching the content, surely you want to watch it again after you watch it the first time. So go ahead and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you can be aware when we are live at all times. Seeing people. So, as I said, people, we have the full squad breakdown. We're going to go through with everybody. Yes, we know the streets might be a little crowded tonight, but we couldn't tarry any more, people. We just go ahead and start the show. And we know people were looking out for this one from earlier today from Jason Gooner, because you know, we'll keep it 1000% real. Yes. So, first and foremost, people, for anybody who has not seen it yet, let me go ahead and get on the screen for you the squad for the Reggae Boys. Yeah. So let me get that on the screen for the people. And big up to everyone in the building from earlier. Let's check out the comment section and see what go on. Fresh God always present on the channel. Respect my bro. Bless up, bless up, bless up. Ty said, big up, big up, big up yourself, Ty. Yeah, man, let them know. Let them know if it's the first time. Consider subscribing. Yeah, man. Real talk fresh. Them need to subscribe, you know? So them can know when we forward out and run out with the information and the discussion. All right. So, as I said, people, let me put up on the screen for everyone the squad if you are not familiar with it. Surely, if you're a Reggae Boys fan, you would have seen this, but we're going to go ahead and put it on screen as a refresher and just break it down and just discuss it at face value. So here is the squad, people. Let me make sure that you're seeing it. Yes, you are. All right. So the squad for the Reggae Boys is as follows. Goalkeepers: Shaquan Davis, Mount Pleasant; Jaden Hibbert, Atlanta United 2; Kanaya Boyce Clark, Reading; and Jamali Waite, now with El Paso in USL Championship. Then on to the defenders. We have Dexter Lembekisa returning from loan back to Wolves, played at Rotherham and Hearts this season. Deshaun Bernard in the Championship in England as well. Greg Lee, recently promoted to the Championship from League One. Damian Lowe, Philadelphia MLS. Michael Hector, Charlton Athletic League One. Richard King, recent Premier League champions from Cavalier. That's Jamaica Premier League, that is. Tavon Gray, MLS, New York City, actually played a game tonight, started, so we'll check and see how he did tonight in a minute. And then you have John Bell, another MLS call-up, recently represented us in the game in New York versus Guatemala, the friendly. Hadn't seen from him since, but he is back in the squad now. Midfielders, we have Casey Palmer from the Championship. We in England, Karai Anderson, League One, Charlton Athletic. Bobby Reed, of course, Premier League, Fulham, out of contract though. Daniel Johnson, Stoke City Championship. Didn't get a lot of game time in the second half of this season, so interested to see what kind of sharpness Daniel Johnson can bring. Alex Marshall, another JPL player that makes the list. He is from Portmore. Adrian Reed Jr., another Premier League champion, Jamaica Premier League champion. The youngster, I believe he's only 17 or 18 years old, Adrian Reed. So big call up for the young man. Kevin Lambert back in the squad. Hadn't seen him since the Gold Cup, I think, was his last appearance for Jamaica. He is back in the squad, back in the USL Championship this season, I believe, with San Antonio. And now to the forwards, Shamar Nicholson. On loan, obviously, in Ligue 1 in France. His loan does expire, so he'll be sorting out his contract, see what's next for him. Ronaldo Cephas, Turkish League. His team did get relegated to the Turkish second division, so we'll see what's up for him. Mikel Antonio, obviously Premier League, West Ham. Deshane Beckford, another one that was in the Guatemala friendly in New York, playing at the USL Championship level, having a decent start to the season for Hartford. Kaheem Dixon, Clarendon College and Arnett Gardens. JPL definitely had a decent end to the season in his first year in the Jamaica Premier League. Maybe didn't score as many goals as some would have liked, but thought he put a good account of himself, and he is in the squad. Corey Burke, MLS veteran at this point, been in the league a long time. This now with the New York Red Bulls, back into the squad. And we have Devontae Campbell, another, well, I guess you could say standout from the playoffs of the Jamaica Premier League. Mount Pleasant, young man, I believe only 21, 22 years of age, if that. And he is in the squad as well as an up-and-coming winger. So first and foremost, people, as the place gets a little bit more packed up and thing, we're going to continue pushing on. But I just want to ask those in the building now, and if you're watching on the replay, just the squad itself, the 26 players that are chosen, what would you give it? What would you give this squad out of 10 people? What would you give this squad out of 10 people? 26 players. Bit surprised that they went with 4 goalkeepers, if we're being honest. Thought that could have been maybe used on another player, another outfield player, maybe another midfielder. But they went with the 4 goalkeepers. So what do you guys give this out of 10 people? I see Demo checking in. Big up yourself, Demo. Los Blancos, big up as well. Float Management, big up yourself. So Demo has rated it a 6 out of 10. All right, Demo says a 6 out of 10. So in some schools, that's still a pass, barely. Los Blancos asking, Jason, what happened to Omari Hutchinson? How him never in the squad? Well, he wasn't. Coach Halgrimson and Coach Wall did the rounds today, which is good to see. They did some mainstream media work today. They were on Oral Tracy's program this morning, which I got a chance to listen to. And right before starting this video, I watched their appearance on Sportsmax. And they weren't asked directly about Omari Hutchinson, but on Oral Tracy's program, he did allude to, long seasons for some of the players, some clubs not wanting to release the players for the World Cup qualifiers due to niggling injuries, which I think was a part of the reason why that injury list was out. But as far as Omari goes, I can only suspect that we'll be trying to get him to come to play in the Copa America maybe. And perhaps this time, because his name is floating around quite a bit, I think Ipswich have ramped up their efforts to make it a permanent move now that they know that Kieran McKenna will be coming back to manage the team next season in the Premier League. So maybe it's a situation where he has to try to get that behind him before committing to the team. And this is just speculation, Los Blancos. I have no info about this, but look, I'm trying to think about it positively as far as Omari is concerned. I would think that at this point, all the fears he may have had about being ready for the professional game, I think he probably proved some things to himself in that closing end of the championship season. So I think he's probably ready from that standpoint. But I will just say, more than likely, they want to tie up those loose ends as far as his future is concerned. And I think that's something that might happen relatively soon as well. So yeah, that's my take on the Omari situation. Hot Chili, bless up yourself, bro. Respect for forwarding onto the program. Ask yourself why. Well, yeah. I'm try to give my answer fresh. Fresh, give it a 7 out of 10. All right, fair enough. Yeah, Los Blancos. That's my take on that. All right, so face value people, I'm looking at this squad, and I think the big talking point right away from a lot of the story I've heard right away, 6 JPL players. Some are in celebratory mood, saying, boy, they're glad that the coach doesn't listen to most of the YouTube following and saying that these players aren't good and everything. I think that is overdone in terms of the sentiments that the players are no good. I think that people just, there is a level, and there are levels to it. And, we can't fool ourselves and say that the JPL players are at the level of some of the players that we have the ability to call up. It's just not true. So yeah, I think that's a bit overblown. I don't think anybody is overly sad that there are 6 JPL players in the team. I think on the Sportsmax interview, the coach kind of tried to make sense of some of the selections when he mentioned, if there's so many players that were on the fringes of coming, but at the last minute couldn't come, or maybe some of the injuries I thought could be healed in time, like he referenced Latiba there on Oral Tracy's program, by name, and said, boy, it was really close for him to get there for this one, but he will be there for the Copa. Didn't sound as clear on Amari Bell's situation, but it was a similar situation in his mind, saying that that was a player that had a chance but was going to be a little too soon. So I feel like the JPL players, as he said on the Sportsmax show, was they have been in camps, they've kind of seen how the coach does his thing, they have learned the principles, or the core principles, as he alluded to on Oral's program as well. They are it's more easy to bring those guys into a mix like this because they have less to learn and they can just train right away. They know what the coach has in mind, and they just plug and play people in the situation, right? So I guess one of the benefits of having that local camp, or those few local camps, and playing those games is familiarizing with the players. Now, something that I think hurts the players that are going to be spoken about in the gone and forgotten segment is, while, as I was alluding to earlier with the levels of things, these guys are playing in leagues that are, recognized worldwide as higher level leagues than the Jamaica Premier League. But what these guys at the Premier League level have over them is familiarity with the coach. So, when we get to that segment, I'll bring up the players I'm referring to. But, I think that is something that has kind of gone against them in this sense, because it sounds like the coach, his main way to make sense of the selection of these players, and I don't want to make it sound like it's the only reason, because obviously the coach sees something in all 6 players that would warrant them to be in the team in the first place. But again, I wonder if the ability for them to just be in Jamaica at the current time, so that's 6 less plane tickets, because we'll have to factor these things in as well, people. And then the fact that he feels comfortably using them because they have been a part of his program and his system. They have traveled overseas, trained. Obviously they played a Trinidad team. Maybe in the coach's mind, it is a similar level in terms of the opposition we're going to play. So it's not like you're putting them in a situation that's going to be overwhelming for them. Maybe they'll be nervous on the day because they're playing with the first team of the Reggae Boys. But other than that, the competition level should not be too much for them. So at the end of the day, if you're really looking at it, when would be a better time to have local players in the mix? The importance of the game cannot be downplayed. It is the World Cup qualifiers, regardless of what we think or how good we think the opposition is. Coming first in this group could come down to the amount of goals you win by at the end of the day. So we can't really play this game where, okay, let's handpick our squad to try to make sure that the other team isn't better than who we pick. But why would we try to shorten whatever gap we might have on the other team by picking an inferior squad? So look, I don't think that the inclusion of these players makes it inferior in any way. I just feel like if we were really trying to pick the best available, some of these players potentially wouldn't be there. And we're going to go through that later, people. But me personally, I would give this squad about a 6. I think Demo is about right. And the main reasons for that is, when I look at the goalkeepers, I struggle to see why there was a need for 4. We're talking about 2 of those goalkeepers basically playing youth football this past season and currently, when we're talking about Kanaya Boyz Clark and Jaden Hibbert. Since Boyz Clark has returned from injury, he's been playing PL2 with Reading's under 21. Nothing wrong with that, but when 2 of the pool is basically playing developmental leagues right now, I don't know if there was a need for both to be there, especially when you never know what might happen card wise. If I'm not mistaken as well, Dexter Lembikisa has 2 yellows from the Nations League, which I was told would carry over into this one, and the same for Casey Palmer. So wouldn't we be better served having another midfielder in the mix maybe instead of having a 4th keeper? So I took a point off there. I thought when you looked at the forward line, while I think that the strikers are strong, when you talk about Shamar Nicholson, Mikel Antonio, I know a lot of people just have PTSD with Corey Burke right now, but I do think that when he's fit, he can provide a service in terms of holding up the play. I know it's a tough sell to the Jamaican fan base right now, but look, I wouldn't have picked him, but I didn't really knock off points for him being there. I thought what I took off points for was, I thought of Deshane Beckford, Devontae Campbell, and Kaheem Dixon in the same team. I thought maybe one of them couldn't be there, and perhaps we put a more seasoned player in one of the wide roles, especially without Damari Gray this go around. I thought there were some other people that, and we're going to talk about them in the Gone and Forgotten segment, that I thought had better seasons and could have warranted a place there. So I was a bit surprised that we had Beckford and Campbell in the same squad. I thought it would have been one or the other maybe. So that's another point off there. And then the midfielders, look, I like the player. I like Adrian Reed Jr. I think he's one for the future. But I wonder, will he even be looked at to even get a game? And again, if Casey Palmer is down due to cards, because he did get a yellow card in both games in the Nations League as well as Dexter, that trims that area even more. So, was there another option that we could have gone for with a little bit more experience that we might have to actually use in 1 or 2 of these games? So yeah, that's how it got down to a 6 for me, maybe a 6.5. Do like some of the picks as well though. Shamar Nicholson, happy to see Antonio back. Karai Anderson, not a fan favorite, but one that I always think should be in the squad just due to the fact that we don't have much in that area, and that is Kavan Lambert. I think he can do a similar job in terms of the bite that Damian Lowe brings, and I think he's much more equipped to keep the football once he wins it than Damian Lowe. So, if you want that kind of impact from a midfielder, I would much rather Lambert do the job. People will probably disagree with that take, but that's just what I've seen, people. So yeah, 6.5 for me. Could have been better. But I'm not gonna kill the coach. He tried to make sense of some of the picks. One thing that I will say, he referenced the long season, players needing a little bit more time before the month and a half at the Copa. The only thing I'll say to that, I mean, look, I know we don't have the budget of an England or a Brazil or any of those teams, but look, those players, Brazil's whole entire midfield that they chose played the Premier League, and all of those guys play week in, week out, and they have friendlies coming up. The squad is probably, if they're not together now, they're probably getting together in the next day or two. And I'm sure that none of those guys ask for any time off. Now, again, I know it's a bit different when you get the call from Brazil than it is from Jamaica, but look, I don't know. I did hear him say as well, and it was the first time, actually. It was kind of shocking that he did this. When he was talking to Oral, he mentioned that there were some things that Bailey said in his interview that he can understand why he would say that. He can, he somewhat agrees with. And that has to do with the infrastructure of the JFF in terms of, flights and bookings and timelines and just the professionalism of the whole setup, right? And I think it boils down to not having enough staff, right? Because whenever these delegations travel for these tournaments, they have a finite number that if it's CONCACAF or if it's CONMEBOL or whoever's hosting the event will pay for. Now, ideally, you would want to be able to have as much staff as you need, but that's not always the case. If the JFF can't foot the bill for any of the extra people that they might need, they're just going to go with what they can go with. So, look, I'm not saying it's ever going to be perfect, but I think a part of what we sell to these players has to include, just being frank with them and saying, look, we know you have a certain standard, but there are certain things that we can't control, or not that we can't control, but we can't necessarily fix due to the lack of funding, because it takes funding to do some of the stuff, right? So yeah, if you're level with them and you're honest with them, I think it goes a long way. Now, some of the things you mentioned, like the grass they train on, those are things I would call controllables, right? So, those are things I would say it's worth making investments in, because that's something that we can control. I've seen where the stadium has looked good in my lifetime, so I know it's possible, right? So yeah, those are the things we should be definitely honing in on to try to make it more comfortable for the players when they come, right? All right, so let me check in with the chat, see if anybody else had any takes on the lineup. Pristine, big up, big up, big up. Let's see. Bell might be ready for the Copa. Yeah, he might be. He might be. Nelson still there. I'm not sure. He hasn't posted anything in a while, in a few days, so I'm not sure. I did see Smith Rowe playing some ball somewhere in Jamaica today, so maybe he's still around. Hot Chili says 6.5. Yeah, I said a 6 at first, Hot Chili, but I boosted it up to a 6.5, so we agreed there. So yeah, the coach said all the squad should be in tomorrow, so that's good. And first day of training will be the day after. Okay, them same thing, him gone. Yeah, Los Blancos. He was actually listed on the injury list, and actually, while you bring that up, I will show that on the screen as well. Let's see, where is it? Yeah, so here is the injury list that they put out, people. So, I thought this was a good touch. I think it has since been taken off of Instagram, I believe. They did put it on a story and it's not there anymore, and I don't see it on a post anymore. But I thought this wasn't a bad idea personally. I think sometimes some of the press conferences that they have after these squad releases, a list like this just kind of eliminates some of those questions, right? So, when people would have seen the squad and said, okay, we noticed that Ethan Pinnock isn't there, can you tell us about him? This would eliminate that. Andre Blake's news kind of came out a few days. That's been making the round, so people are aware of that. I wasn't really aware that Whisper had an injury. So that was news to me today. Amari Bell, I know about him. I didn't know it was an ACL injury though. I thought it was something else, but wow, it's an ACL injury. Wow, he's making great recovery then if it was an ACL. And broken collarbone, we know about that with Damari Gray as well. But still, I thought this was a nice touch, people. What you guys thought about this? This might have been something that people didn't really care about or think much of, but when I saw it, I thought it was a good thing, honestly, because it's something different, you know, a little more information. We always love information as fans, so we're not guessing. And, you know, sometimes when you put out the information, you stop the narratives from starting. So right there, you see it, you know. Yeah, that would be good. I don't know. I hope it overlapped because I know the coach just got there, must say, a few days ago. Bless up yourself, Travis. Who I would have called for the GL or for goalkeeper? I probably would have done Boyz Clark, Waite, and Shaquan Davis. That would have been my three. And I would have said Jaden can go on Bill. Why should the Nation League carry over to World Cup? Makes you say, yeah, that's just how that's how it works, brother. Whenever you can't serve your suspension from one competition, it roll over to the next. I was shocked. I had to go and make sure I read that. Big up cuz up top relying on Shamar, Claremont foot, and Corey Donkey foot. Yeah, and Antonio, I don't know what kind of foot you give him. But we can always slot into the attacking midfield of a second right back for a reason. All right. There you go. Yeah, we're going to discuss some tactics. We're going to pull the screen, we're going to pull up the squad on the screen and try to pick some 11 and thing, and we can rate the people in 11. Yeah, man, we're going to do a little interactive coaching session. Nelson is first generation Jamaican because of his mother. Actually, it's not his mother. It's not his mother, Travis. His mother's parents. Yeah. Based on the noise, it sounds like Jams wasn't available. We all know what happened to Whisper. Yeah, I think like I said, he mentioned some players by name, didn't mention others by name, but based on his Instagram, I think Jamal Lowe is on vacation with his family. So he may have asked for the little extra time. You know what I'm saying? So, but again, for me, you know, that's just like, you know, you could have done this stuff a little earlier if you ask me. But that's just me. But I think the coach does not want to, you know, burn any bridges. So he was very political today. He said, look, some of these guys just need that extra time because it's going to be a long summer. You know, I don't know if I could be so political as the coach in his role, but until I'm in his role, I can't really say what I would do, to be honest. To be totally honest with you. Dexter and Casey suspension is for 1 game. Yeah, so it's a regular 2 yellow card suspension, so it should be 1 game. So they would have to miss the home game against Damrep. Travis dropping his 11 already. Waite, Gray, Hector, Lowe, Lee, Anderson, DJ, Bobby, Cephas, Boza, Antonio. Damrep and nobody. All right. Republica Dominicana fans, if you're watching this on the replay, those are the sentiments of Sir Travis Pessoa. To Whisper. Yeah, I don't know. Must dance him a dance and injury, you know, cause I thought he played pretty much all the way up to the end of the season. Maybe him get an injury at the end. Big up yourself, Dre, anyway, the sports. The breaking news boss. Yeah, man, from you see Dre string up in the car, you know, say some news a break. Yeah, man, give him channel of strength. And follow him on all him socials. Coach is compromised. Quota system is back. Nitro, don't say that. You know what's funny, Nitro? I went through the whole entire day watching YouTube. You know, anybody will watch the YouTube channel, them, you know, you see me in the comment section, them. Everybody show. I not care who for show. I watch everybody show. And I not see the word quota come up 1 time. It was strange. Unless me just miss it, Nitro. Can I say it fast, yes, sir? Big up RR. Every day RR dead with laughing. Okay, so I'm running on his IG. Every time me see him go live on IG, I'm on some G, just a par, and you don't know what G's do when them par. That's all me see him do. I want to catch a one when them a run. Why me always miss them there? Travis Peso, you know what I'm talking about. I don't have to say it out loud. Cryptic. Him not call him donkey, but him not call him a donkey. That is a bit different, you know. Him say donkey foot. You know. Up, J-Ross, up. Boy, J-Ross, you're one of the most opinionated YouTube fans, you know. Yeah, man, you always have some strong takes, my brother, believe me. But I like that, though. Very, very good, you know. Can you say you care? That's Blancos, him jogging, don't make it. Oh, okay, I tell you, say, okay, I see why Los Blancos, I tell you that, no, okay. Okay, so the whole I want to say now is not even about no injury thing. All right. No, not try saying. Phoenix never die. Source said there was no personal security observer that Monday. I tell you, say RR is a dead with laugh, man. Yeah, man, that's one of the first things somebody sent me the video and say, yo, all I go on, you know, I don't see no security, you know. But Hot Monday safer than a hotel lobby, them say. So, different setting. Phoenix leave no man behind. Yeah, man. It don't matter that. Okay, St. Elizabeth. Makes sense. Me have family from over there too, you know. From your brown, from your yellow them way there. You must have some family over St. side, you know. Somewhere down the line. That's where my grandmother family come from. St. Elizabeth, yeah. Mm-hmm. Mental injury. Jaja. I want to come in to play for Copa, so man, not forget call. What you say is a pick and choose thing I go on. Well, brother, the man picking the team sound like him alright with it, so I think them not gonna get called just because of that. Yeah, actually, I thought this was a good move, you know, and I hope them don't think it was a bad move because I noticed them take down the squad and the injury list, and I had posted it to my page so it don't gone, you know. But I am hoping that them think it's a good thing because I thought it was a good thing. I was surprised to see it, and I thought it was a good thing personally. Upla, when that go on, brother. Yo, I swear, I get all kind of mixed things about this ESR cap tie thing, you know. Because I was under the impression from you reach 21, you don't need the 3 cap again. It's just 1 cap. And his 2 caps for England were in Euro qualifiers, which mean they were official games. And he was 21 years old at the time. But them people are telling me, no, I'm have to play the 3. So, brother, I mean, I know. I could have sworn same cap tie until a certain amount of years pass, and then him can apply for try switch. But them are telling me something wrong, brother. Go for another experienced goalkeeper. All right, so fresh. Yes, Corey Adai would be in my squad if Corey Adai have a passport. Because I don't know for sure. I mean, it's crazy to me that he wouldn't because he played for us at Catalonia, which I know he didn't have to have a passport to play there, but that was so many years ago. That was like 2022 almost, or even early 23. So, you know, I know it can take long, and it has taken that long, but boy, that's a long time for the process. So I don't know if something stall in terms of the paperwork. I don't know. I need to talk to one of the passport man them and see what I go on with Adai because on merit he would be in my squad. It for me it would be Wait, Adai, and probably Davis, to be honest. I rate Davis, people. I think Davis can be in the team as a third string. He's young enough to be somebody in that kind of development role. I think Kanaya did stall a bit this season, even though he was playing PL2 towards the end and getting game time. I wouldn't be totally upset if, you know, the third spot went to Davis over Boyz Clark. Honestly, I rate Boyz Clark, people, don't get me wrong, but I do think Davis showed me something over the course of the season. I know it's the JPL season, but you know, we perennially have had good goalkeepers that we have developed, and I think he has the potential to be one of the next ones in line that come up to the Jamaican rankings, you know. Did it a little differently than Blake and Wait as well, because, you know, he hasn't, to my knowledge, he hasn't gone overseas. He's just been at Mount Pleasant Academy. So, yeah, different way to get there than some of the more recent keepers. And I think Amal Knight did the college route, as did Wait, as did Blake. So, you know, I don't think Davis took that same route. Yeah, word on the streets him not on a passport, exactly. Not clear him head. Demo, you're wicked, isn't it, Demo? Intervene in our. Oh, okay. No, I hear no more about this year squad. Yeah, Lord have mercy. Formula, drop your ratings, Formula. Cause you had some strong takes about the squad. Don't know if that is in the works. Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out. I can't really make sense of it. Okay, Trevor saying lose patience with JLo and Pinnock real bad. It too often. Yeah, look, the Jamal Lowe. I think Jamal Lowe is having a bit of. I think Jamal Lowe don't feel like the team committed to him. We as fans want the players to be committed no matter what. But based on his interview when he came back to the team the last time, how him said, boy, you know, I wasn't really injured enough for a lot of those windows, you know, but I still watch the team and support. Kind of sound like him looking at the squad and thinking, how come they're not calling me type of thing? You know, I don't know. And that's speculation again. I don't know for sure. But, you know, the Pinnock one, I feel like Pinnock is honest about pretty much everything. I don't think Pinnock depend no foolishness in terms of holding out and saying one the vacation and all these things. I think Pinnock has just had bad luck with the injuries lately. You know, he came back and finished the season with Brentford, but you know, the last game they played was one of his worst games. So I had a feeling like something was going on because it wasn't a Pinnock type performance. So I feel like him not say, listen, yeah, maybe if it was, maybe I could have do it, but at the same time, if I get this 2 extra week off, I'm ready up for the Copa. And he said that Pinnock would be fine for the Copa. He said Latibodier would be fine for the Copa. He said Bell, if the progress continues in the way it's going, will be fine for the Copa. So, and he said Damari should be okay for the Copa as well. I think Blakey might be a bit too soon with the surgery, but you know, miracles can happen. And of course, we know Bailey will still be unavailable because he said from long time the Copa was, you know, not gonna be his thing. So he'll probably miss this entire summer window. Richards will have to wait and see on that one if he makes the Copa squad or not. Travis said, when Pinnock not injured, he's not available. Hear me. I believe he should retire from international football. Come on, Travis, man. Me hear you said this from a couple of days ago now. Why not let go this thing, Travis, man? Jesus, man. If you not believe the baller, that's one thing, brother. But why you gone so far now? Retire from international football. Why? Man have so much more can give the team, brother. Stop it, man. Me not agree with you, brother. Your opinion, so me not go fight you over it. It's your opinion. But brother, no. Your opinion wrong. Wrong and strong. Yo, you don't know that to be fact, Travis. You don't know that to be fact. Tell him again. Him a madman. Los Blancos are green. That's why it's an opinion, people. People are going to agree and disagree over it, you know. But me not agree with Los Blancos or Travis Panda one day. I wonder if Pinnock would have injured or unavailable. See? So Travis, so one thing, you know, Travis is just one of the man that have the bravery for talk in mind. So I can't beat Travis. Look there. Two people right away agree with the man's sentiment. Yeah, but now I go call you mad, Travis. So just like I say, in my view, your opinion wrong. Just I hope we can get the job done and score enough goals to impact goal difference. Yeah, J. Ross, that's a thing, bro. That's a thing. So all these people attack, no matter what kind of side we pick, we're gonna just beat up them side. Yeah. But now I say no, you know. But now I say we team just still on paper better than them, you know. But remember, everybody in the zone I go play them. I mean, I think them I go into the game and say, well, at them we are play, so we now pick this man here, we score 3 goals with there, we now pick this man here, we play. So no them is gonna pick them side. So we should do the same, you know. We should do the same. Yeah, man, make him know. Bailey, no, think he should not bother return. We need our best team to compete in Copa, and this is the time he takes a break. Well, Jairus, man say him stressed out, brother. Glad say him enjoy him life. Him look like him having a great time in Jamaica. See him gone to Mexico now to enjoy some more vacation time. So the boss I live him life, brother. We as Reggae Boyz fans, we have to move on. We have to cheer on the team same way. With or without Mr. B, Mr. Bailey. What going for my ball at Kemar Roof? Well, Kemar Roof, I don't think Kemar Roof fitness is the best. I don't think he's really returned to like full sharpness ever since him last long-term injury. And I think you can see evidence by his lack of game time since he's been back. You know, him don't really play that much when him get game. Him come off the bench most of the time for small minutes. Yeah, I don't know. I think if him really want to make this team, he might have to leave Rangers so him can play more. To be honest. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, when you look at some of the attackers that they picked, obviously some of the youth they went with, you know, maybe that's a boy Roof would have been a better option. You know, a lot of people were upset with the Corey Burke inclusion. You know, is that someone who could have taken that spot? You know, for me, if you're gonna go with an experienced player like that who's overseas, I would probably lean a little bit more to Andre Gray because, to be totally honest, some of the goals I saw him score this season is the best I've seen him running and looking like he's fit. For the longest, he always looked like he was limping when he do a sprint. But this season, I saw him get on the end of some through passes and finish, and I'm saying, yo, he get a little bit of burst back, you know. So, and he didn't have a prolific season in Saudi Arabia, but he was serviceable. He did well enough to at least, you know, in the conversation, you know. So, if I was gonna not pick Corey Burke back again, I would probably go for Gray even before Andre Gray, even before Kemar Roof, to be honest. You can have your opinion, but I don't agree with it. Yeah, simple thing. Just disagree and move on, you know, or debate. Was that the reason for the delay? Limited. Yeah, RR. You know, he kind of kept up the line that we've been hearing from you know, big up Reggae Boyz commentary from Simon Preston, where, you know, if you look at all the squads that they put out, it's anywhere from 5 to 7. No, he said a week before, and he said they were just a day late now because, you know, and he alluded to some of the last minute checks to make sure who is injured, who is not injured, who can come. So yeah, that did have a part to play, but I don't think even if they knew from a long time who was gonna be there, it was gonna come out yesterday, people. I think 7 days is the way. That's how they want to do it. Enjoying his vacation. Yep. What Mitchell it say? Oh, okay, yeah. No, Jairus. Them are gonna say, yeah, make excuse for him and them something there. Them no business about nothing about that. Them just is black and white. Squad come, him have an injury, him a fake the injury, him a dodge call. That's just what them think. Butler tell Whisper say him cannot play for the team because Bailey. Mindset, the way how them man they operate more while. Me not have no proof say that a facts, but me wouldn't put it past them. Yeah, man, disagree, no problem. I saw people for disagree, man. All this bag of name calling, you know, make it. Yeah, float. Travis make it hard for you to call name, you know, but that is a good one there as well. Bill, bro, why the hell? Yeah. So no disrespect there, Travis. Just a disagreement. So nothing wrong with that again. Some of the fan them a beat Burke Bad Star. Yeah. I wonder if the posts were taken down due to the comment section. Because some people are ramp. You know, some people are ramp for us say anything under the comments, you know, brother. I'm not telling a lie. I not believe in a censorship, but some of the man them star. I don't know when I expect the ball of them for run on the field go perform. I don't know deal with them so. Notice Dian Rankin, but Dixon Banner, my aspirators were in Jamaica as well. Yeah, so I did not see Dian or Dixon Banner, but I did see Miles Spirit Harris post something. Yeah, I did see them post something. Now, I think those were some of the names, Nitro. There was a list that did farm when they were doing like a under 23 squad or something like that. And those were some of the names on there. So I wonder if those guys were sorting out some papers and stuff. I have a feeling like that never go on because maybe everybody never sort out them things or what have you. Or it could be a case like Reese where them just dead it because them love Jamaica and them live on vacation. I'm not sure, but yeah, that would be nice if every youth were, you know, thinking about playing, just get the passport, bro. When you fall for vacation, you can do it while you're here as long as you have the documents them. So at least you can start the process here, which I'm sure would make it a little faster. Man, them don't consider that. None at all. Yeah, man, them not take no talk. Them head just chip when them see certain things. The issue with it might be that it is not all encompassing. A man like R. Williams might say, oh, I wasn't considered. R. Williams, Romario, you talk? Maybe. My opinion, Pinnock should focus on Copa America, give King his spot for these 2 games against Minos. Okay, up and running. Okay. I just not like the underestimation thing, you know. Now I say them are some stalwarts either, but I don't think that the team picking should be based on the opponent. I think the team picking should be based on putting out your best team because the coach always talk about it, the continuity to help the team to play better. So if you have the option to pick your best team, just pick them. You see me? So I'm hopeful that this Pinnock exclusion don't have nothing to do with boy is 2 World Cup qualifier against Dominican Republic and Dominica. That's why. No. I hope it's actually an injury. Why? I'm okay with an injury. I'm not okay with we are playing some Mino. So just wait till no. I'm not okay with that. Come back and play with this club. Yeah, we know same did come back, but remember, you know, them kind of did a wobble towards the end, you know, them need some result, you know. So the man could have easily cut him thing short and try, you see me? I mean, I tell you, if you watch the last game where them play, him never look right at all. Lord have mercy. Pinot don't take Jamaica for a joke. The man have immense pride saying play for Jamaica, Travis. You know the man thing, bro. Yo, more Travis just talk to some of them baller, you know. Like literally talk to them, you know, and hear what them are saying, you know. Cause Travis is a person with a reason, you know. Him not that dark way, him just not go reason. I've been saying this for forever. Forever. We need a actual liaison we work there. We just depend on our case. Yeah, man. Yeah, them him can't endear himself to the people, J. Ross, no matter what. Yeah. Sometimes it just something wrong. Them can't find the papers what them need. Rob Smith agreeing with Fresh. Oh, Pinnock is a luxury player. I don't see. Okay. So you don't see him at Copa either. All right, Rob Smith. We'll see. I think, far as I know, I think June 12th is the day for the Copa squad. That's what I've been hearing. So that's not too far away either. Romario Williams over Corey Burke any day. Yeah, Los Blancos. If them never want to go for a European base due to time and cost, maybe would Romario make more sense than Corey? But I guess not up to the coach. And Romario hasn't really lit the place afire so far this season. He had a much better start to last season, if we're being honest. Did switch teams from Colorado over to Hartford. He's over there with Deshane Beckford as well. So maybe just club form might have been the hit for him. Burke recently came back from injury, hasn't been starting, but coming off the bench, scored the other day, playing in the league above. Yeah, so the coach has always spoke glowingly about Corey Burke. I think he really likes that type of build as a striker. So yeah, I think he has something about, he likes Corey Burke. He likes Corey Burke. And Corey Burke has a use, people. We have PTSD, I understand. People say the man intentionally bought the ball in our own goal, but that was not intentional. No way. No way. World Cup qualifier is more important than Copa. Our best team should be at both. Absolutely. I agree. Now, that is where I will agree with you. Our best team should be at both competitions. It's not like the national team play so many times. Every window we need the best team. Man only miss one window of pressure all the times. Yeah. No, but Float, the problem is, from the man miss any window. No matter what kind, there is no legitimate reason. Certain people head does chip as soon as them don't come. Nobody is hot for him. He's here hot a lot less than he's here. He's not here a lot less than he's here. Don't lie to yourself because you want to. Yeah, no, the argument, Rob Smith, is not that he's here more than he's not here. The argument is that he's legitimately not here when he's not here. But you don't think so. You think it's that you are putting more blame on the outcome than the possibility of why we got to the outcome, which is your choice. You choose to do that. Ever think that maybe he came back too early? And no, J-Ross, no, that J-Ross, I'm telling you right now, that's going to be seen as you making an excuse, not you using any rational or reasoning. That's just an excuse. So why Johnson Clark Harris sound so complicated? Or what him do? Get adopted? Or what go on? Where say J-Lo don't play summer ball? It's but if they play one summer, man, stop going so. Alright, Travis. Once I see Pinnock in your comment, I now read it. Because I know you just repeat yourself over and over now. Future of our team. No, I don't know about the future. Him look like the present. Because I'm there at every team. That may be true, but based on recent events. Oh yeah, absolutely. Agreed. What happened to Kamar Roof? I just feel like Kamar Roof is always a fitness question. And for whatever reason, this coach just hasn't seen him in his plans. I mean, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but he has never chosen Kamar Roof, I don't think. Most of the time, he probably wasn't available to be chosen too. But Kamar Roof has not, done anything of note to have me saying, boy, how him not make the team or anything like that. I mean, yes, he's available, he's healthy, which is good. But I mean, he just hasn't really done much. He made what? 13, 18, 20 appearances, 20. So he made 24 appearances between League, Europa League, Cup, and League Cup. And he scored 2 goals and had 1 assist. And in the league, we're talking about playing 15% of the entire minutes for the season. Had a little more game time in the Europa League, made 5 appearances, 1 goal, 1 assist. But you know, if you look at his performances in detail, Kemar Roof, I'm looking at here. He had an injury from about December until the middle of February, then came back. Made 3 sub appearances and started 1 game. Then let me look at all competitions for this season. Yeah, 24 appearances, 2 goals, 1 assist. Only played a total of 706 minutes over the season, which is you know, less than 8 total games. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't know if Kemar Roof did enough in the season to make our national team. Not taking anything away from the player's talent level, because he's definitely a talented player. But I just don't know if he did enough, if we're just being honest. I mean, to end the season out when they were in the top 6 portion of the final stage of the season, playing the top teams in the division at the end. They had 6 games and he came off of the bench twice for a total of 14 minutes. So, you know, he wasn't even in the squad on the last day when they played Hearts. Dexter Lembikisa and their team drew 3-3. So yeah, man, I don't know if Kemar Roof is really somebody that we should be upset about not being there, to be honest, people. Just hasn't been doing enough. Some are reserved for the family. Grimson did say Pinnock was asked to recover. Yeah, he did say that. And to be honest, you know, I think the coach knows that Pinnock is one that people like, you know, want to know about. Because every press conference, when Pinnock not there, him actually speak to it like directly what going on. So, and even with all of that, people still say, boy, it's a go-round thing. Yeah, I think Owen, yeah. The Grimmy original plan and are always injured is what I would say, because Grim will pick a old man if he's good. So I don't think it's necessarily just the old man part. Yeah. Retire well, Ashi. Roof better than Antonio to me. He's younger too. Interesting take there. I believe special producer players like Pinnock and J-Lo are always on YouTube. Really? I don't know about that. I think J-Lo was wrongly put out in the cold when he was ready to be picked for a long time. I think the same kind of feelings that like Bailey express as far as like having PTSD. I think J-Lo might have some PTSD as well, because there's been plenty squads where you look at it and you say, "Oh, J-Lo not in there," you know, and he was fit and could play. So yeah, I don't know. I think if Jamal Lowe is not in the Copa squad, I will need to know what the deal is with him, because he's clearly fit, played the end of the season, had a decent return in you know, spot minutes off the bench for the most part, still got the double digit scoring. So, you know, Jamal Lowe is somebody that I think should be in and around the team, for sure. So whenever we're picking our best squad, I think Jamal Lowe is in it, personally. Travis is too different. Roof can't play what Antonio does. Not even close. He can't do half the things what Antonio could have done. Just don't have the strength. If Jamaica finishes second to Guatemala, what does it mean for the next round? Well, Nitro, what it would mean is that we would have probably a tougher route to coming first in the final round, because that would probably mean that we'd have to be in a group with another group winner from this stage. So we're talking potentially the Costa Ricas, Panamas of the world, perhaps a Honduras as well. One of the better teams or a couple of the better teams would probably be in our zone. I remember that's just a 4-team zone. So, you'd have to play a home and away tie with two of the better teams in CONCACAF, as opposed to winning the group and maybe avoiding having two other big teams in the group, or, when I said big teams, the ones most likely to make it to the World Cup, since USA, Mexico, Canada is not there. Opinions are not created equal, neither are the responses. Too much excuse for Antonio, too much time. God have mercy. Available isn't Roof best available? Remember when Leader said something about a B team? Yeah, Uplab, Leader is somebody that clearly have inside information, because anytime him talk, most of the time it's gonna come up like it's the truth. And I see people saying give Leader his flowers because him tell with this, but why deserve flowers if you doesn't know what is going to happen, because you just privy to the information before people? You don't deserve no flowers then. But I give you more flowers if you never say nothing and just make we know today. Because to me, it make it worse. I don't know why people tell Leader things, the man never keep a secret yet, He might always bust it out every time. Every single time he bust the secret. And then say him not a part of the JFF and this and that and the third. But him always accurate on them something. And it's almost like the same playbook where Leader get. The same thing here the coach I say. Two different squads and this and that. And same thing Leader said today. Two different squad. Roof might call it quits. You mean internationally or everything? Or Roof leave Rangers? Yeah, makes sense, guy. Him not get no game. Or not as many. Travis said, if him have their power in a JFF, Leon Bailey would have never play again. Well, the baller have to want to play, I feel like that's a part of the reason him never perform, because him never really want to play. I mean, not say him never want to play because him not want to play for Jamaica, because clearly that's why him not still playing. But clearly, theme history with the JFF and just all of that, it make him can't perform, clearly. Okay, hasn't been renewed. Two weakest teams. So all players will be assessed equally. Okay. Yeah, that is true. Speak in mind on every stream. That's true. Devante Campbell is a good player, but I believe Fleming is more deserving. Marshall, decent player, but I don't see how he helps us. Okay, so this is a good segue, because one of the segments we don't want to have, because we have a long discussion on the squad itself and just bantering and everything. Let's take a look, people, at what I was discussing earlier. So it's a part of the topic. Before we get to the potential lineups, we're going to close the show off with some potential lineups on the screen. I'll pick out some in the comments, and I have the squad list set up so we can plug and play the players and sort out the formation and everything, and people can see it and vote. But before we get into that, people, I had some players that, I think warranted maybe at least a look in, right? And I wanted to go ahead and pull up some of these players' seasons on the screen to give you an idea. Now, we all are overjoyed when our players that play in the Premier League get the chance to ply their trade overseas. Everybody who creates content posts it and say, yes, this so and so gone to this country, you know, all the best baller, Ray. Maybe the first couple months we follow track the players. We even track the players forever. We all track them. But what I want to know is, are the players, are the people that pick the national team tracking these players? I mean, they must be. And I know, you know, in having this conversation earlier today with some people, you know, they were saying, boy, it might not just be about the statistics, right? It could be other factors. It could be camaraderie and things of that nature. Well, I was explaining to them, well, me as a fan and someone who analyze football, um, I have to rely on the statistical data. I can't use anything else. I can't use hearsay and locker room gossip because I'm not a part of that. I can only watch the football, analyze the football, evaluate the football, and compare metrics and data to see which player would be more effective for the national team. So, with that being said, right, there's some players that I just want to show you guys on screen how their seasons went. Now, some of these players either have a history with the national team, whether at the youth level or the senior level, and for whatever reason or the other, are no longer involved with the senior men's national team program. Um, so the first player, people, and this one is a player that definitely divides opinion amongst the Reggae Boys fans. But this player, I think, had an exceptional season playing in the first division in Serbia. And again, a player that divides opinion. So some of you off the rip are going to be upset. But to me, he definitely deserved to be in the conversation at least. And that is Junior Flemings. Currently 28 years of age. He will be going back to his club, Toulouse. I believe his contract at Toulouse might be up at the end of the season, though. This one, that is. So he might be actually a free agent. I need to make sure I check that. But yeah, I do believe that he's going to be a free agent. So this is his season, people, by the numbers. You know, he played in the Serbian league, as I said, the Super League over there. This is so how they do their season. They have, you know, 21 games, and then they have an end to the season, which is the, you know, for him was the relegation round where they played 7 extra games. So they play a total of 28 over the season, people. He had 28 appearances and scored 12 goals over the two parts of the competition and had 2 assists. So if you look at his detailed performance data as well, because he did score some goals in the cup as well. So let me put this on all competitions. And let's go through and see what he did, people. So this is the breakdown by each competition. So he had 32 appearances overall, right? Well, we'll count. We won't count. What is this? I'm not sure what this competition is, you know. This might be when he was on loan at his other club. I'm not sure what that is, but we'll count these 31 games that he played for this club, right? And he had 15 goals in those 31 games with 2 assists. So as you can see, people, he had some appearances all over the place, even had one in central midfield. Wow. To see him do that role. Right wing, center forward a few times, left wing. So predominantly on the flank, whether right midfield, right wing, left midfield, left wing. And I thought he had a good season, people. I mean, look at that return. 15 goals in 31 games. Not bad at all. And, you know, one thing that I liked about his season this season, if you look at from about, what's this, March? Yeah, from about March the 8th, after he got this red card suspension, March the 8th, all the way till the end of the season, he's been starting. And that's big because earlier in the season, when he first came on loan, he was having a lot of bench appearances. So he forced his way into this first team. You know, in the end, his goals in the relegation were able to keep his team out of the relegation, right? So, you know, all in all, I think he had a really good season. Now, again, if this was solely based on statistics, if this was solely based on statistics, then I don't think it could be argued that he deserves to be in the team over, say, Deshane Beckford or Devante Campbell. Um, or even Kaheem Dixon for that matter. But as someone alluded to earlier, and I have to take that into account, the coach has other factors besides just raw ability to factor in, and I think that that's a part of the reason why this player maybe isn't in the squad. I see a lot more people are in the comment section now, so let me check in with the comment section before we go to Norman Campbell stats for the season, because that's another player I think could have deserved a look. Another one that has been involved with the program before, and has done nothing more than keep developing since he's been off the island, and for whatever reason has not been able to get a look in with the national team. People still have the argument about Pinnock. All right, so where am I now? Left Rangers, okay. Devonta Campbell is a good player. Okay, that got me started on this. Travis says Flemings for only buy a Jamaica jersey. He's not a team player. I remember what he did to A. Gray when he scored and pushed Gray. Can't forget. Yeah, I think that's basically the narrative, Travis, that this is not a footballing decision why we're not seeing him anymore. Let's be real. When a squad drop, you don't go straight to defenders to see if Pinnock there or not. Yeah, but that's not because I think he's not going to be there. That's just hopefulness. I want him to be there. You know what I mean? They reposted the list, but they didn't post back the injury list. Okay. So they did put it back up. Okay. Well, I hope that's not because they think it was a bad idea. I thought that was a good touch, personally. I mean, I know I'm just one person, and it might not count for anything what I say, but I thought it was a good touch. Naze Beat said Dam Rep is better. Well, the game have to play in a Naze Beat, so we're going to see. Get a look over Burke. Okay. That was rubbish made up on YouTube. Him and Gray, well cool. Go look at any Fleming goal and find one that he celebrate. Okay, so Rob Smith saying that was overblown. Ferpa, Dorney, Hines, Ronaldo, the best. When all have Ronaldo too. And you not call the big baller as Kona name. Yes, side big if you not call as Kona name, you know. I see some fans are call Burke some names. I tell them can't call. Yeah, I did see you say that to some people earlier to them. Now go say that in the front of the baller face. But that's everybody online, Travis, man. Everybody are internet gangster, you know, and keyboard gangster, you know. Everybody. Me and me everywhere. So, so I'm not this people on YouTube or on the, cause everybody can diss you on this with a screen in your face. That not make you a bad man or nothing. That just make you lame if you ask me. No to Flemings, that ship has sailed. All right, I tell you, say them baller give people PTSD, but the baller producing people, you can't just have eyes for certain baller in terms of watching and analyzing them, and then just don't give some people the time of day. Because the baller is doing well. Rob Smith, it was made up on YouTube and them cool. I want to see Rob answer to that. Yes, Romario Williams injured. How did he get left out of this squad? Well, Romario, if we look at his season so far, hasn't been the best start to life in Hartford. That could have been a part of it. And I just think the coach looked at it and said, look, between these two players, I think Corey Burke fits what I want out of this role a bit more. The one thing I will say about Romario is when we have used him, he has looked like he can do a job in a role besides the striker role. Like, he was not too bad as like a supporting player as well, especially in that game. I believe it was against, was it Grenada? We played them away and we won that game. I think it was 3-1. Yeah, he had a decent game in that one, for sure. I think he had like 2 assists in that game and a goal. Burke a striker, Fleming's a winger. Fleming can play up front as well. But yeah, more of a winger for sure. Yeah, I Brando, the funniest part, me did do a title for the video, right? And when we go for hit click for set the stream, it erase everything. So I'm gonna go back. I made it first have injury / unavailable listener. But Me never bother write it back the second time, but it's hilarious that you said that because we did put injury / unavailable. Because we did find it kind of funny as well, say Bailey dep on the list there, even though I'm not injured. Float management, he was left out the last time until Antonio got injured and Romario Williams. That is true as well. Romario, you could see the pecking order from that original squad when Romario was left off and only added once Antonio wasn't there. That is true, Fresh. That's a good observation. Nays Beats, this is a stream. Go over damn rep stream. Nah, man. Everybody welcome Travis, you know? But Nays Beats, you can... Well, yeah, anybody welcome Travis. Nobody. Every view were the same. Well, not really still. No. Some view more expensive when you really pre it. But we're now getting into the YouTube thing. Travis, I'm sure you might strike better. Yeah, man. It's something when we did pre as well, J. Ross. It was funny to me. Brandon, them said people are going to ask about him. That's why them put it there. Okay. So they might try stop the bag of questions in the presser about that. All right. Nobody don't know why. Fair question, Owen. If we're going to put on people for unavailability, why them not put J-Lo as unavailable too? Fair. Maybe the coach just never they go pick him. That's why. It's Jamaica, this Jason Gooner, you have to grease somebody and they say nothing will change that, eh? Him and Russell are the biggest question marks in this whole thing. Yeah. John Russell, yeah. People will be wondering how come, you know? I know a lot of people prefer John Russell to Kevin Lambert, but I have had squads where I had both of them in it. I don't think we can ever have him too many at that position, right? So, oh, no boy can buy me out. Williams is not better than a fit Burke. You know, Rob Smith, I will have to agree with you there. I don't think he is either. I just don't know if Burke at this stage of his career will ever be the fit Burke that I know he can be. Because he does seem to always be having some kind of niggle going on now. But, you know, if the baller is fit, I think he can do a job in the system where Hallgrimson play. For sure. Romario isn't in the same form. Yeah, I don't think he is. Russell can... Rather Anderson, okay. Grim says Pinnock, Bell, and Latti will be at Copa. He said it on the interview. Yeah, Pinnock, yes. Bell and Latti, yes. He said he is very expectant, put it that way. Who just text me? I don't know, probably you or bother me. Okay. So I'm gonna turn me in a breaking news boss now. Romario Williams opted for personal reasons. So too Jamal Lowe. That's how Corey was selected. But his club don't want to release him because the call-up was late. Wow. So Corey Burke will not be there? Is that what you're saying? I wonder. I'm sure you'll hear what... Maybe I should respond on here. He might be gone already, you know. I don't know. Not so late for the pastor though. 10:20. Might still be awake. I don't get the constant obsession with Russell like people not finding the play and realize that Russell didn't have a good season. Yeah, he didn't have a good season. That's true. But, you know, Daniel Johnson didn't have a good season either. You know? So there's other players in the team that necessarily didn't have a good season. So I just feel like in some people's mind fresh, Russell just never really get a fair shot, you know? Always barely used when him come. And the times when him don't play badly, but we just don't draw back for him, you know? So I just feel like some people feel like him should have get more of a chance. He's been on an injury list, but not others who were previously included. Yeah. So yeah, I guess so yeah, again, people, I'm gonna read what I just got texted to me, and this source is pretty reputable, a part of the management team. Romario Williams opted for personal reasons, so too Jamal Lowe. That's how Corey was selected, but his club don't want to release him because the call up was late. So we'll be monitoring that situation with Red Bulls, because they're probably saying, boy, our MLS season don't stop for your qualifiers, And Corey Burt just forward back fit and him score a goal for you, and we'd like to know him or leave, so could have plan accordingly. But when you send it late, it could be an issue for real. Never once said it's not legitimate. The fact still remains he shows up for about 40% of our games. You put your faith in an Arsenal player that plays 16 games a season. Well, for one, the frequency with which Arsenal plays games is a lot different from the national team, Rob. So if a player doesn't show up for every single international window, I don't think that affects his ability to perform for the national team in whatever window he would forward back in, because all the players have not been playing together for that entire time that he missed windows. So I don't know if the analogy is makes perfect sense when you factor in the type of season Arsenal play compared to when the Reggae Boys would be playing. I mean, I get why you would go with this line of reasoning, because it supports your side, but I don't think that those two things are analogous, because one is a league season and one is windows where you play 2 games every couple of months, or in certain times of the year, month after month. Very good interview. Agree, Nitro. Agree. I think one of the things that I loved about the interview is I heard maybe a week back or so, Oral Tracy was saying, boy, him just don't know if this coach can get the same type of push from the fans because he's not as charismatic as Rene Simoes. And I was thinking to myself, but the coach, have a sense of humor, not afraid to talk his mind. So I was wondering, I didn't agree with that take that he made. And I'm happy that after the interview, I think a caller called in and kind of called him out on it and say, yo, when you make that talk, me never, no, actually the guy said him never really think nothing of it when he met the talk, but him said after him hear him today, him hope that Oral realized that him is charismatic. And the man say, yo, me full of vibes for the thing now, because the coach, and people, people don't understand, people did that beat people and I say, boy, the players and the coach and need to go up on media. And some people are saying, why them have to do that? But I think, look, the more places that these coaches go and spread their message and talk to people, the better it's going to be. And people not going to agree with everything them say. But at the end of the day, it's better when you get out in front of things and talk about it than people just form them opinion around the world about you. Let people know so them can form an opinion based in fact and not based in what them hear. Really? Where we can find that one, the Nitro? Come on, I love to hear all of them there, And it's gonna get us started in one of these games. Yeah, hot chili. We have what? 1 hour 23. Yeah, I want done this 2 hours, So let me go through and just try to get to the end of these comments, and then we're gonna pull up the tactics board on the screen. Oh no, sorry. Before we do that, go to Norman Campbell real fast. So similar, Norman Campbell, he had the championship round, 5 appearances, 3 goals, 4 assists in a total of what? 29 plus 20, 24, 33 games. So not nearly as prolific as Junior Flemings, but again, Serbian League, higher level than the JPL for sure. The one knock on Norman Campbell and why, if I was going to include one of these people in this segment right here, I would probably lean more towards Flemings, just based off of the raw data and statistics. And that's mainly because, how Norman started out the year nicely, starting all the games for the most part. And then he kind of tapered off and got to more of a substitution role, especially going into this final part of the season here. These are all substitute appearances off the bench, except for this first game here where he started on the right wing. So, not really the most prolific end to the season. did have some decent games towards before the championship round there, with a goal to us and a few assists as well. But had a barren stretch in the middle of the season. So, wasn't necessarily the greatest output from him. But again, playing a good amount of minutes, a lot of minutes for the season. This is another one where, only 24 years of age. So not like it's the end of the road for him by any stretch. So another one I thought people could have gotten a look in is Norman Campbell. Now most of the other players that I'm not going to bring up on the screen would probably be, what you would call naturalized Jamaicans, right? And I don't know of the specifics of their cases in terms of passports. So I'm going to just stick with players that I know have passport. They were born in Jamaica. They have represented the country before. The third player I want to look at is this gentleman right here, Kahim Paris. Now, this one of all these players I think should feel the most aggrieved because he actually has some history with this coach at an extended time, was at the Gold Cup with the players. So yeah, for me, this is one of the ones where I'm kind of surprised that he hasn't been called back, especially when you factor in some of the names that did get the call. It's his off season now, so I would be surprised if he wasn't actually on the island. So it shouldn't be a big deal as far as getting him there. Now, of course, I could be wrong. He could be vacationing somewhere else, but the season is over. So I am of the impression that, his last game was on the 25th right here. So I am of the impression that, he would have been back. Again, I don't know that to be fact, but, a bulk of the minutes played, 1,900, almost 2,000 minutes, 4 goals, 8 assists in 32 appearances. And to be honest, this is another situation where, he is on loan currently, I believe, from Dynamo. And he started out the season kind of getting his feet wet. Didn't really start out the games in the beginning, but definitely once he made this switch over, has been a starter for the most part, right? So got there in match day 6, and from September all the way till the end of the season, you don't see any major time off, no injuries. Did miss not in the squad a few times, but nothing major going on as far as on the injury side of things. So yeah, this player, again, not the most prolific season, but still playing in Azerbaijan, a recognized league, on loan from Dynamo Kiev, getting his development outside of that league, more playing time. Hopefully he can force his way into the coaching starts for the first team next season at Kiev. But yeah, another one I think out of all these players I just brought up should feel the most aggrieved because he has a history with the coach. So that whole thing about implementing principles into the player that he was talking about would not matter for Kahim Paris because he has had extended time with the coach. So yeah, those are just a few of the players, people. But the main point I wanted to make is let's make sure that we're not forgetting about these players that we are so overjoyed when they get a chance overseas. Then they go overseas and do well, and they can't get looking to the team over some players, just because of proximity. That shouldn't be the reason, people. Again, if we want it to be a merit-based thing, there's ways to do it the right way. And, the coach at the end of the day is the coach. So I'm not going to question why he's doing what he's doing. I am just giving my opinion on the matter, people. And that's my thoughts on that. Let's make sure that these players don't get lost in the sauce. That is it. Injury suspicious. Okay. Jason, I take back the quota comment. Grim did say today that he chose the local players we worked with before and they're aware of what the coach staff. Yeah. So it's a little bit different than just closing him eye and saying I need 6. Yeah, it's a little different. I think the coach really took those camps very seriously because he knew moving forward, the situation after calling a few camps and windows and having to chop and change his squad every time, he wanted his contingency plans to be in place. So, at least we can applaud him for having the foresight to have this database ready of JPL players and know if it come down to it, I have some that I've worked with that I trust and I would throw them in a situation if I need to. Yeah, I want to know where that was as well. Nitro soon tell you. Afternoon sports show and hits. All right, cool. With what the name of it? Can I have the app and the? I don't know what the name of the different time segment them. So let me know. Okay, we finally reached this. Cause we did see this before, you know. That's why let me go through the comments. So I said, much comment this about I'll leave it in the chat. Big up yourself, Mannings man. I am sure sports people you don't know. If you're not, check out the content, check out the channel, get a subscription. Yeah, man. Every time a winner comes for all the players, that's we the fans think should be in the squad one if they even get called up in the first place. That's true. My question is every time a winner comes for all the players that we the fans think should be in the squad, wonder if they even got a call up in the first place. I'm not sure if I followed the comment all the way. I think he's a good player, but him. That's why I had to work. Okay. Yeah, man. Me know, man. Me not forget them thing there in Jairus. Me not forget them thing there. I'm feel like there's another. I'm not even about going at that here, man. That I don't believe that's something I need to say over the airwaves at all. Cause I don't have proof, so I won't say it without proof. Wouldn't be smart of me. Never said he shouldn't be called. I'm saying I don't depend on him. Okay. Check in Ballets TV. Me say, Mannings man, boss your tune pan him show today. Jano. I wonder if any big label give you a call today after them hear that. He did say that, people. That's true. Selling him players availability. Yeah. Whisper is not injured. Yeah, man. Don't forget that need of Travis. Lead our old fridge. Yeah, me not give him no flowers for that. Because me sure whoever tell him them thing there, tell him don't tell nobody. And the man still run out go tell people. So I don't know why them keep on and tell him. No, I don't think it's the coach. I think leader of people were in there where have leader know something because it's too similar to what happened. So he must did know. You think him is just a genius and just can guess? Him man must know something, brother. Remember, a secret is not a secret anymore if more than one person. Absolutely, Peter Mystic. Absolutely. But I think like Jamaican Jamaican people in general hold like knowing information before people like is a badge of honor for people, you know. So once you tell them something, them have to tell somebody because them want them know that they know. That's why things leak all the time. Just build, brother, and just hold the information, man. Bailey have an issue with JFF. CB was banned. No, I know it's not literally Bailey. Yeah, well, all right. I understand all of that. But by extension, it's Theme War too. Remember, you say Phoenix stick together, you know. You are telling me, you know. So why Bailey wouldn't stick together with him with Butler as well? Yeah, tell me that in every other comment. Messi had resigned from international before winning the Copa and World Cup. Some man if allow out Bailey. Fleming's not ready for Jamaica side. All right, logic one. Respect for your take, boss. Fans are running behind Bailey, and Bailey's running behind the Rum Cup and Video Light. All right, sir. Travis, that don't mean you had to start him. Since your question is okay. Jam Up TV say even if it's the B squad, this can't be the best B squad possible. All right, sir. They say they have their database. Every player in his database. Big up yourself, Jam PL fan. Nah, man. Anytime a good time, man. Whatever you don't catch, you just watch it back when you have the time, big man. Respect for being here, bro. Like the video. It's my 11 pick who is in the squad. Simple. You know, yeah, that's about DJ. Yeah, not tracking once they leave Jamaica. Yeah, I mean, I would be interested. I would love to see the database, to be honest. I would love to see it. Call for players overseas and they do. Yeah. It's tough. I mean, it's almost like if unless they go overseas to one of the top 5 leagues, it's very difficult for them. Or even not top 5, but like, you know, because the Cephas get in now from Turkish league, so that's good. But it took Cephas a while because he was ripping it up before Turkey and he couldn't get in. Even when he first got Turkey, he couldn't get in as well. So, you know, I don't know. Don't know the coach stated that today. Flemmer better than Campbell. Agree he was this season, yes. You know, the people defending that nonsense. Flemmer did well finally. To be fair to Flemmer, I know there was a lot going on behind the scenes, but he did produce in his last performances for the Reggae Boys in the Nations League still on the field. I can't speak to what happened off the field, but on the field he did his thing. Spoke a lot about his principle. Yeah, chosen based on who fits his principles. Yeah, he did mention that a lot. I mentioned the lack of coaching time with the players, so wanting to ensure that most players had a grasp of his mentality, his principles, you know, how he wants things done. No, he wasn't Rob Smith. He was actually good. Sherman Scott say he get his chance. Yeah, I heard that going around a lot. One Dan Sherman, Clarendon, big up yourself. He has 26 appearances for Jamaica, so you know, a good run of games for Jamaica. But you know, has he gotten his chance to the point where you can't give him another one? I guess so. I guess so. Again, his situation, Sherman, must be deeper than just the football field. It must be other things, because on merit, statistically, he deserves to be in the team right now, especially with the absences that we have. No, man, Fresh. To be honest, he wasn't that poor, period. Is him scored a goal, him? Not to say that that's the end all, be all, but him never played terribly in those games. I remember saying that him learned something over Toulouse because he wasn't as selfish on the field, he was passing some more. Yeah, I thought he was the best I've seen him play for Jamaica, the last couple of games he did play. Ever. Maybe it was just too long of him playing bad for Jamaica for some people, but yeah. Campbell 20 years old, Fleming's 28. Future we are deal with. Yeah, balance. Balance is key, Travis. Balance is key. You need future and present too. I rate Flemmer like that, but come on, if a man perform overseas, show him some love. Yeah, J-Ross, look, it's probably strange to hear me talking like this about this topic, but I have to be honest, people. I cannot not give the man his ratings for what he's done. He's playing very well. Everybody's saying him ship sail, or not everybody, some. 2 certain games in the Mexico game, he was one of our best players. Absolutely. When Burke is to Grimmy, Aka is to Tapa. They say, find the new Aka. I think Fleming is one of our best players under Paul Hall. Yes, it was right in that time, in between. After Tapa, before Grim. The reason why we fight so much about players is that most of them are not far apart in ability. We don't have a lot of elite players. Omar Fowling, that is a very true take. Extremely true take. The difference in players once you get from the elite level of our players is there's arguments can be made. I think that's why it's always a constant debate and people have them favorites and whatnot, you know. That is actually a true take, Omar Fowling. That's true. Tell him that he's a coach. Okay. If you want to give Dixon a run, wait until friendlies. Team was clearly not picked on the levels you play. Yeah, it was some other metrics involved. It couldn't have just been the levels. The need for a healthy dressing room. Yeah, I think that's the main argument I've heard fresh about Flemings, and that's why I say it can't be solely based on the statistical metrics, because those would play in Fleming's favor, you know. Agree. He's a very hard-working player on the field. I mean, he'll run forever. At least that's how he was before. Look more suspicious more and more, but I'm giving it more time. Campbell stats didn't impress me. Give Flemo him shot, but not Norman and Paris. Sorry. Okay, fair, fresh. So yeah, tell me Green pick his team, outside forces. No, I don't think so. I'm full of conspiracy. Here's one. The JFF is saving and travel accommodation, why they chose domestic players over better players in Europe and North America. Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, them calling North American players as well. Because you see John Bell back in the squad, Tavon Gray, Kevin Lambert, Deshane Beckford, Corey Burke. So I don't think you can include the North America part of it. Better you just say Europe. No coach pick Shirley and Rasta how the player fits into his taxes. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying it must be solely on that, you know, but at some point you have to weigh what you take more into account. Is it that this coach just chemistry trump anything the player do? And I mean, gosh, man, what the coach know about Junior Flemings in the chemistry department? He's never been in his team. And the coach did say when he first came that he was going to turn over a new page with all the players. So I understand what could have been happening in the past, but this coach surely would have given him a chance on him own. I mean, when he first got there, Blake was supposed to be out of the team because of what happened in Suriname, and he said, no, I want to give him another chance. Now, understand that Flemings is not as crucial of a pick as Blake is, but at the same time, I thought it was a new leaf turnover. So I don't think you can factor in anything what happened pre-Grim as a reason for not picking him. That's all I'll say about that. You know, say when you look on it, I'm not playing no competitive games, you know. So them not playing Nations League and all them something, eh? Where can Jessica watch the game from them living room? Everyday living, big up. Corey Burke giving you PTSD. Yeah, that is true. Paris over Burke. Alright, look like I almost reached down there. Another disrespect to Jamaica. They could still release the player even though they call him late. We are accommodating when clubs make special requests to us during FIFA windows. Yeah, like them love beat around Jamaica. Latibo there made an interesting comment about Omar. I will check it out, Nitro, for sure. Probably gonna be what I listen to before I'm going to bed after this. Oh yeah, no, I did hear someone mention that he mentioned, if there was one player that he would have wanted to see added, it would have probably be Omar. I'm thinking he can add a lot. The host mentioned Omar player that during the let's see. Okay. So pick out him out of all those people. Never meant all the players, Jason, because we have seen a lot of the players before that. Okay. So Spain Town General agreeing that the abilities might be so close together. Why waste playing ticket on a player for a certain position when you can just look over your shoulder and find one with similar quality? But you think about Sifa's team being relegated, I hope another team in the top tier gives him a shot. I think he'll improve. Well, BM, to be totally honest, I think Cephas, even if he doesn't leave that club, I wouldn't be totally against him just playing in the second division and hopefully getting even more stats, getting them right back up into the top flight. You know, if a bigger team comes calling, great. But just based on the fact that, you know, he wasn't able to really like stay in the starting role the entire season, I don't know if he should be looking for a bigger move just to then fight with another coach to get into the pecking order. I think this coach trusts him enough. Maybe he stays there and is more prolific this season coming back now. And then maybe him look for a move after next season. That's what I would do. Like how I'm kind of getting settled in where he is, I would try to stay there and try to bring them back up right away. That's what I would want him to do, BM. The assistant coach before he knows what will taking place then and what. That's true. Well, me know hot chili. Me don't know which part you live, but me know me have the app on my Apple, on my phone, and hits 92. I always put the content back in to replay. So I go to the afternoon show. I don't know what the show name. I know oral one name Sports Explosion. Somebody did say it earlier, but tell me again where the actual show name Nitro, so I can find it. All right, so last thing I want to people before we lock off the show for the night. We are on an hour and 45 minutes. I just want to big up everybody who there and I watch the show from its start. Anybody we're forwarding and never stay, it's all good as well. Thanks for giving us a view. Hopefully while you're here, you like the video. But what we want to know, people, we just want to pull up the actual squad. And we are going to try to make sure this is it. Yes. Sports Grill. All right, respect champion fan. All right, so this is the squad, people. Let me know if you can see this pretty clearly on screen. It should be clear enough. So I went ahead and named all 26 players in the squad and made a list. And I had a tentative lineup that I was going to go with. But I think I'm going to tweak a little bit. I don't think I was quite finished with it. So let me pull up on screen what I had going on so far. So I would love to see the coach play this formation in the game. This could be tweaked into more of a 4-3-3 as well, like this. But he can decide to play the double pivot if he wants. But if he goes like this as well, it can also work. And this is what I had going into the game here. So, you know, I want to see them play this 4-3-3 with two more attacking midfielders, not really necessarily attacking, but, you know, eights that can, you know, basically get up and down the pitch in these channels right here. I think that will free up both Palmer and Anderson, who I think both want to actually go forward from midfield more than defending. You know, I think Lambert can hold his own right here in the single pivot by himself, especially with the opponent we have. I opted for Hector Bernard. Lembikisa is not available, so I would go ahead and start Tavon Gray at right back for this one. Has earned back his starting role with New York City. Again, did have a game tonight, did start. So let me just make sure I check that and see if he got through unscathed. And they mashed up San Jose this evening. Gave them a 5-1. Let's check Tavon. Looked like he had a decent game. 7.1. Played the entire match. Looked like he started the game at right back, but had to switch over to left back due to injury. The left back got injured. And the player who came on, I guess, can't play left back. So he did play left back for about after the 40th minute when the sub was made, he was on the left. So showing his versatility, can also play left back if we need him to. But for this game, I would start him at right back. So this would be my back line. Waiting goal, Tavon Gray, Deshaun Bernard, Michael Hector, Greg Lee. And as far as the midfield, I would go with Lambert in the deep role, Keroy Anderson and Casey Palmer, Ronaldo Cephas, Antonio, and Bobby Reed. That's what I would go for. Now, honestly, I'm looking at this team right now and I'm saying, boy, do we really need to go with a player like Kevin Lambert holding I'm not sure. I'm not sure, people. There's another way I could think about doing it as well. So if I said, okay, let's not start Lambert, and let's go ahead and say I want to play where is he? So the options would be, DJ, who hasn't been playing much this towards the end of this season. Adrian Reed, do you start the kid in midfield? Probably not. Alex Marshall might be a good shout in one of those more advanced midfielder roles. Of course, Damian Lowe has been playing there. But do we need him in this type of game per se? I don't know. Maybe we'll have the ball more, so we'll go with a more ball handling midfield. So for that reason and for continuity purposes, I know this coach talked about that a lot. I would probably go like this. Probably play Keroy the deepest. And I'd probably say this right here, based on the opponent, I'd be happy with. I think we have enough defenders around here. I'd probably give Gray. I don't necessarily need Gray to be attacking as much on this side. So, just for cover purposes, I'd tell him to stay a bit more at home. I'd want Greg to be doing a little bit more of the overlapping if need be. But yeah, I think this right here, people, is probably how I would start in the dam rep game. Just at first glance, just looking at it, this is probably my starting team, which is actually impossible now that I'm looking at it because Casey Palmer cannot play. So let me get him off the pitch. Wow, so this changes things now, people. All right, so it looked like Damian Lowe, I forgot start, Yeah, I don't believe that the coach is going to start Marshall, start Adrian Reed Jr., start Lambert. I think he's going to probably play more of the people that have been in the team before. So that's why I'm thinking he's going to go with this as his starting lineup in this first game. I think the second game in Dominica might be where you see some more experimentation. But I think he knows that of these two games in this World Cup window, this is the one potential banana skin, if we're being honest. So I think he wants to go ahead and put this one to bed if he can early in the game, and I think he'll think that this will give him the best chance to do so. Now, people will probably say that this is a wasted spot here for Lowe in a game like this, but I still think that his ability to win back the ball will be needed. And while I personally prefer Lambert in the role, I can foresee the coach not making too many changes to the core of what he's been using. The only other one that is up for debate is probably, of course, the striking role. Boyz has been, pretty decent in front of goal when you look at his past few appearances for Jamaica. My thing with that is I would probably just prefer Antonio to do the heavy bulk of the running and tiring out the defenders. And then I would probably, I don't think Antonio will be able to play the 90. So, 60 minutes, 55 minutes, I will go ahead and make that sub and bring Shamar on when the defense is a little more tired. Spaces will start to open up more, and I think he can exploit those spaces a little bit better with his pace coming on. So this right here, people, would be my starting lineup for the Dominican Republic game. Of course, no Dexter on the right because he's suspended. No Casey in midfield. He's also suspended. Yellow card accumulation. So I would go with this right here as my starting lineup, people. So I don't know how many other people in the chat agree with this one, but that's what I'm going to go with. Let's check it out. Let's check it out and see what people are saying. All right, so I know people probably going to want to put their squads up as well, and I will do that in a minute. But while I have this squad up on the screen, let me see if I can make it a little bit bigger. All right, there we go. No, that's too big. Can you guys see that? I wonder which one you can see better. This or the other way? Probably this way still. Yeah, so that's how we're going to do it, people. Okay, it looks like you can probably see that better. Oh, it was Wednesday evening. Oh, I thought it was the next time. Big up yourself, Marlon. Big up yourself. Never know, say there. Sports grill, sports grill. But it was on Wednesday though. I would be shocked if he does 4-3-3. It looks like a 4-4-2 squad. Yeah, I mean, look, I feel like the wingers are there to play the system. He does have more players that would suit a 4-4-2, but I just have a feeling like we might see something a little different this time. It could very well be a 4-4-2 on the day, but I just feel like I want to unlock some of our midfielders a little bit higher up the park. I think that will maybe help with the attacking transitions and the attacking patterns of play. Get a bit more triangles forming in the attacking third. That's why I want to have those two midfielders able to be closer to the attack and kind of fill in those channels when Cephas kind of tucks in. DJ can go to the outside, Lee can overlap. And I think we have the potential to have a few more triangles for him because Dam Rep is probably going to be sitting back. So we need to be able to overload them in spaces. And I think having that double 8 or double 10, whatever you want to call it, those players can really, let the overloads happen in certain areas in the attack. So I kind of like the look of that. Again, the coach has never really done a system like this, apart from, I'd say, the second half in Canada. If you really look at that squad, it really looked like this with Lowe, Johnson, and actually Bobby Reed in the midfield role. Now, since Bailey's not around, I would play Reed on that right-hand side. Keep him in the attack, get us a goal or a few, set up some goals. And I would play Conroy Anderson higher up the pitch, where I think is his true position, actually, at 8 to almost 10 in the midfield. So, we always see him deployed a little deeper in a kind of a pivot with two midfielders. I think this is a good game to see. Okay, Damian Lowe, you cover a lot of ground, you block spaces. You do that role by yourself in that channel, and we'll have two kind of more forward-thinking midfielders there to play this game. So, what you guys think of this lineup on the screen, people? What you'd give it in terms of a rating? This is just me quickly looking at it, throwing an 11 together, and just seeing what you think that will go like. Yeah, I don't think he can play. That's why I took him off after thinking he could play at first. Then I remembered 4-3-3, Lowe, Anderson, and Palmer in the middle. I would put Palmer over DJ, but he's suspended. Okay, can't see the names and the graphics. Okay, so that one then not really work as well. All right, let me do that one, yeah. All right, well, actually, let me see. Can't see the names. And that was done 4 minutes ago. So I wonder if you still can't see it, Danny Dread. Come in, it kind of adjust it a little bit, to that one, yeah, How about now? That get better? All right, so fresh, give me a 8. Everyday living, give me a 9. Let me know, people. My rating sound too good, this man. 8 and 9, nah, man. I could average it out. I know some people must not like something in the squad, I squad list in the chat and a lineup builder you could see. Okay. So me find fresh chat or fresh squad in the chat. Or you send it to me somewhere else fresh. Jean-Pierre fan, give me a 7. All right. So anybody else have a rating? Come on, man. 56 of you here. You can't hurt my feelings, man. Give me a squad rating, man. Give me a squad rating. And people, I'm probably gonna do at least a couple more before I sign off. We're getting to the 2-hour mark now, but we'll do an extra couple of minutes just to get some more teams on the screen and give some other people a chance to be the coach as well. Kemar Benson said 8. Travis Pesser dropping his lineup, not giving me a rating though. Okay, Danny says a little better. All right, let me see if I can even make it even better than a little. All right, so what about if I do this? No. Hold on there. All right, so yeah, I think I'm sending it to this. No, that's something else. Okay, yeah, I'm sending it to me. All right, so I have fresh team, I'm gonna have Travis team. So as the two people them will comment the most tonight, we'll throw for them team on the screen as well. But this is my team, and that even worse, you can't even see that. All right, hold on. I think I can get one last time. Feel like I think this way was a little better, to be honest, you know. I can see it more upon that one, yeah. I have a next thing I can do. Hold on. Label. Put them to the side and see if that look better. But then I change this up. No. Rating squad. Alright, the most can see that now. Alright, me see it still. Yeah, the lineup builder thing piss me off, man. Cause you always find people when not the person you have to use them. I like that. I must Arsenal me support. A 4-3-3 me I play, man. Or 4-1-2-3. Yeah, I was thinking that Alex as well. Instead of starting Karai, or even instead of starting Damian Johnson, start Karai and Bobby, and then actually start Shamar. But just a free Bobby, yeah, man. Give him role where him like the most. On one of the flank them. All right, so Campbell, boy, Danny Dread. I think the player have a lot of potential, to be honest. Still a bit raw. Can work on the end product a lot. But I like what I see. You know, a player, if you let him get going in space, him hard to stop. Him look like him can manipulate the ball well while moving at speed, which is good. Can draw a lot of fouls. But I think him just need to work on him physicality. And him also need to work on him finishing and final pass. I think those are the things him still need to work on. But a lot of potential is there, Danny Dread. And by all accounts, he's a humble brother. Keep him head down, work hard. You know, says all the right things in the interviews. So, yeah, man, I definitely one that I want to keep tracking. And I hope that his time in the JPL, even though it might be good that he's there now to get in these teams, because once him leave, unless him go one big place, maybe we not see him in the team again. So while him is here in the JPL and him get these opportunities, he need to make the most of it if him get a chance. You know what I mean? Compared to what he said on Hits 92, no, it was pretty much the same messaging. I think I saw a clip on Sportsmax Instagram where they asked him about Bailey. Now, that part of the interview didn't make it to the YouTube thing they put out. So I'm interested to see the entire interview so I could hear what he said about the whole Bailey situation on that program. But he did mention Bailey on the first program as well. All right, so before we cut, people, as I say, Travis and Fresh God were, you know, heavy in the comment section today. So let's go ahead and look at Travis squad that he's put out People saying them like it. So let me look at it. All right. So Wait, Gray, Hector, Low, and Lee. So I see one change on the back line. Low for Bernard. Hector, Lee. All right. What else Travis say? Anderson, DJ, Bobby, Cephas, Boza, Antonio. So I'm assuming this is a 4-4-2. Travis, I think you said that earlier. Anderson, DJ, Bobby, Cephas. So Anderson, or I guess Bobby would be here. This man gone. I need to make this smaller. Why it won't let me make a sub? Okay. Who you say? Wait, who you say? Anderson, DJ, Bobby, Cephas. Oh, Shamar is not there. Okay. All right, so DJ and Anderson. The middle. Cephas one wing, Bobby one wing. So same so you want it, right, Travis? So that's a Travis team, people. The 4-4-2. Want to say about that one there? So not a bad team at all. I see the continuity. All of these players were at the Nations League tournament the other day. So that won't lose any marks from me. Yeah, people. So one tweak, I didn't start Shamar in my 11. I started Bernard around the back. So he moved low out of midfield back to the defense. Went with Johnson and Anderson double pivot, Cephas and Reed, the wide midfielders, and then Antonio and Nicholson as a partner in the forward line. So this actually looks more like what something Coach Grimm would go with on the day than what I had on the screen. I actually had a system that we haven't really seen him use from the start of a game before. So this might be a little more realistic, honestly, people. Travis, I don't mind it. I really don't think that Damian Lowe is one of the starting centre backs anymore. If we have Hector and Bernard, that's just my opinion there. So I'm going to take off one there. And I don't know if in this type of system, playing a Daniel Johnson in this role with no cover besides Kira Anderson is the smartest thing. I know we're playing damn rep, so we shouldn't be split open that much. But I just worry about his match fitness to be able to play a role like that. So for those reasons, Travis, I'm going to give this team right here a 7.5. Good team. Good team. Can definitely get the job done on the day. But those little tweaks I would make. But I would say a 7.5. Still a solid offering. Let's see what the people them say now. All right, so give Travis team a rating, people. Yeah, man, me did figure say that is it. Yeah, they don't care about USL at all. Why is that so when they leave and call? Like, yeah, man. Zimini's, well, Zimini's still playing with the young version of him club team, but definitely play a lot more games this season. But yeah, Danny Dredd, we'll probably not see Zimini's until, but I say Zimini's will have to crack into the first team, to be honest. And then we'll have to see if him even get the call, because there's a certain amount of the players, people always a ball for the local talent and the local this, but we never want to put the local talent we're going overseas in a team. It don't make no sense. Everyday living say 8.5, fresh eat a 7.5. Tycoon say bun and cheese, man. Big up. So give him a rating, the Tycoon. You just call him bun and cheese, man. And them rate my team yet. No, fresh. Man, I do your team yet. Yeah, the last team I gotta do before I sign off. No, fresh. I think he must say him call him. He must say when them leave, them probably not get, at least me interpret it for me, man like Zemini's not gonna get called because him leave. Yeah, Drew Ross, you don't know the late night shift. One last team I put on the screen. Everyday living. I like that team here as well. And through you did get to some through you follow instructions and you vote on everybody. I'm gonna put up your side last. But before I'm gonna do that, Fresh did send me him team on the gram. So I'm gonna put theme team up. Alright, so let's see. So Travis, you get some high score 8.5, 7.5 from me, 7.5 from Fresh. That's Travis team on the screen, people. Travis Peso. So drop some score. Any score, I'm see. I'm a forward back. That's for Travis team. Right now, I am going to go back to this and let's put up Fresh team. So Fresh team is very similar. You have the same keeper, same back line. Fresh went for Lambert, Anderson, Johnson. So that means that he didn't start Shamar either. And he went for Lambert. Where are you? So this must be a 4-3-3 then. Anderson DJ. Okay, I see it. No, so he went for a 4-2-3-1 with DJ in the 10. Cephas and Bobby. Antonio through the middle. Lambert and Karai. So what I say about this one now, people? Low Hector Gray. Yep. So they have the same back line. He just tweaked the midfield a little bit. Playing Daniel Johnson in his preferred number 10 role. Karai and Lambert as a double pivot. Cephas and Reed flanking. And Antonio striking. So give Fresh God a rating. I like this team Fresh. I would make one substitution. And that's just Bernard Fallow. And I would give this team a very, very high mark. But even still, I like it. I like the balance in the midfield. Yeah, I like this team. I'm going to say you just skip out Travis by a half a point. I'm going to give this team an 8 from Fresh God. Decent team. Some would argue Lambert might not play, but I'm a Lambert fan, so I'm okay with that. Again, I took a mark off because I do think Bernard has proven to be a better option at centre back than Low, especially in recent history of time. And then DJ, even though I started him in my team, I don't know. But yeah, I like it though. I'll give it an 8. A little bit better than Travis one for me. Because I can't fall in love with the 4-4-2. I like the 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3. A little bit better personally. So one interesting thing of note, nobody so far has gone for a back three. So I guess we just feel like the back three only can work in an ultra defensive setting. All right, and as I said, people, Travis team get a 10 from Tycoon. Cygnus get 8 for Travis. Travis 8 real than your team. Okay, yeah, cause it realer than what my team would have looked like. Yeah, that's true, Danny Dread. Me kind of is literally Coach Hall, no Hall Grimson part, just Coach Hall. I wasn't really trying to predict. Maybe I'll definitely do a show before game day about a predicted when I will try to be Coach Hall Grimson. But today, Coach Hall, Coach Danny Dread, Coach Peso, Coach Fresh, Coach Everyday Living soon get film drop in, Travis give Fresh a 8. Everyday Living give Fresh a 8. Drew give this a 8.5. Travis has a respect to Danny. We home, bro. No back three, bro. No, but Travis, that's why I say the back three don't mean necessarily defensive, brother. You can play an attacking version of it, 3-4-3 where literally the two wing center back them all are push up to. Yeah, man. Back three don't mean necessarily defending. Where say Boyz and Antonio don't seem to work. Interesting. Either DJ in midfield or Bobby and start Dixon out wide. Yeah, that could have gone too. If you say, boy, DJ can't play 90, so I'm not start him type of thing. Even though I start Antonio, I know him can't play 90. All right, so as I say, everyday living, just because you're such a an attentive viewer tonight, we're gonna give your side a bus as well and make the people them see what them think. So you might go with a 4-2-3-1 like Fresh, Lee, Bernard, Hector, Tavan, Gray. So instantly, everyday living, may agree with your backline. No disrespect to head of state, but I just feel like Bernard, I tip it over him right now in that centre back role. Lee, Hector, Bernard, okay. Now let's check the midfield now. So I'm put low in the midfield with K-Rai, Reed, Cephas, Antonio, Boza. Okay, so I'm go with everybody up there. Low in a midfield for Lambert. When say Cephas, Bobby, and Boza. Alright, so I just a guess still, but my figure say you want Boza up on the right side and Cephas on the left. Let me know if that's correct, but either way, something like that more than likely. So yeah, everyday living, the last coach for the night, coach living every day. What do you give coach living every day? Make we see. Okay, fair. You never want to pigeonhole the two of them. What happens to Devante Cole? It look like a prank. The player never run or the maybe it's still not sort, brother. I don't know. Yeah, Fresh. Me not start low, big man. Even though no, I lie me I tell. My team did start low as a single pivot. But me not start him in the centre back. Sorry. The only way low start a centre back for me if it's a back three. And even if it's a back three when all of them fit, me still not start low. I know enough people don't agree with that take, but sorry people. Just my thoughts. Kemar give everyday living a 9. Travis give him a 8.5. Coach Living said that is it. Coach EL, yeah, EL pan the, you know the pullover, the jacket, EL. Yeah man. See him so. Fresh guitar 8. All right, Danny Dread said 3 subs may expect. All right, Danny Dread, I love that question there. I'm going to end the show and answer Danny Dread question about the substitution them. So I'm going to pull up now. So, all right, in my team, so all right, for the purpose of this, right, made I go with a 4-3-3 and it did look something like this. See? Now, for be realistic for my team, I need to have it this way. I may have a next person a player, so I may start DJ. Right? So right away, I can tell you people, substitution-wise, DJ not gonna last the game. Him not gonna last the game. So I probably would have slide Bobby there so. Or on the right, either one can play either side. And then when we make that change there, I bring on a winger. Double change. Because I don't think Antonio will play the entire game neither. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to draw for a winger for come on. Now, out of the pool of players where they are Danny Dread and everybody in the chat, the winger would have said probably the wingers would have been Devante, Kaim, or Beckford, right? So if me are the coach, me I look upon them 3 players, then me I say, all right, who me see lately? So it would have been between these 2 for me, Beckford or Dixon. I'm gonna feel like the coach are gonna give Dixon the first choice. Familiarity, there with the squad the last window, he might get the run out. Same time I think Antonio forward off, Boyz are run on. That's about 60 minutes, Danny Dread. Then further down in the game now, I think we could see another change in the midfield area. Maybe Cephas tired towards the 75 minute, right? So let's say Cephas tired. Hopefully by this time we have a nice little lead in the game. And the coach are going to look upon them two brother now and try to decide who. Now, like how the game at home, I feel like him going to want boss Devante Campbell in the game, if possible. So I could have see him forward out. And then also, similarly, the young man that getting a chance, Alex Marshall, him probably get a run out as well. So, I know you said 3 sub, Danny Dread, but that a 4 sub, I could have see the coach do. And keep in mind, say, this is mainly why I think him going to go like with a strong 11 that him can put out. Because I feel like him want to get the advantage so him can give some of these JPL players the bust in the second half. Yeah, so that's what me would have probably do if me in the coach shoes. Those are the 3 to 4 subs, man, would have say you can likely see. But it was hard choosing between Bernard and Lowe. Yeah. My 3 subs give my team would be Dixon, Reed in the 80 plus minutes, and Beckford. Yeah, fair. So you get Adrian Reed a bus. Nice. Who I go keep the ball would be my pick, yeah. So that's why I had to throw and Reed then. I got 4 and Boyz for Antonio sub. 5th is Campbell. That is it. Okay. Yeah, sometimes I mean this coach pretty much kind of let you know for the most part, you know. So when Whisper did forward on the scene, a lot of the questions were about him. Him answer the questions, and then you see Whisper get some game time. He mentioned something about Dixon before Nations League, and in the extra time, while it might have been forced and didn't need to do it, him get a chance. So yeah, you know, sometimes you can kind of listen what him saying and know. So we'll see. But yeah, Danny Dread, respect for that question there. That was a nice question for close off the show. As I said, people, may they want to do a 2 hours, but you don't know, Reggae Boys conversation gets sweet more while. So we did an extra 22 minutes for the people. Just want to say respect to everybody in the chat section. We follow along, give them team, give them rating. Everybody watching this on the playback, you don't know what you need to do. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and spread the word. Let people know Jason Gooner TV, they're about on the road. And yeah, as we close off the show, people, we have something where we're going to bust for the people, them. Yeah, man, you don't know. The game is forwarding up, and people are building all kind of vibes that do them thing. So Jackie Love TV, the Nations League yellow cards transfer over to the next competition because they didn't get a chance to serve the suspension. So both Casey Palmer and Dexter got yellow cards in the USA and Panama game. So sad to say, Miss Jackie Love, those two will not be available for the Dam Rep game. And that is why they were not included in any of the squads in tonight's squad builder. Pristine, big up, you know. You're there from beginning. Respect for the loyalty to the program. And you don't know from your stay this long, you know, so we're not talking no foolishness because you could have been anywhere but here, you know what I mean? So very, very appreciative of that, people. Yeah, man. So before I cut out, as I said, people, I have something I want to play for now. Because you don't know when the vibes reach you, you just have to do things, you know. So you see them get the vibes, people, and everybody I drop them dub plate, and you know. And anybody who know me outside of YouTube know say when it forward on to writing lyrics and them thing there. Yeah, man. Some of the good Lord bless me with, you know. So yeah, I'm gonna play this for the people. I just want to give this to a big voice artist making a voice point. That's why I like when Brian put a step further and say compensation. Yo, that is not the right thing, people. I'll play a voice note. I want to go on here, so. Yo. And I hate that neither. Do you know where this thing there, man? Yo, I don't think I can find this thing, you know. Look like I'm gonna get joke, you know. I'm gonna take all night to look on this. Yo, big up, you know, people. I'm gonna play my dub plate, but I can't find it. So big up on yourself. We're not draw out the thing. Again, respect people. Like, share, subscribe. Jason Gooner TV. You don't know, today we draw out the vintage. Yo, if anybody can show me say them have a shirt like this put on, I'm rate to know. You know them shirt are vintage people all button. Say all them something a button this, you know. Oh, yo, them don't make shirt like this again, people. France 98. All the logo from the World Cup. See old bird, yeah. France 98 people, yeah man. Vintage shirt me draw for tonight. Yeah, it's a stupid rule, but look like I saw it go. Yeah, man, Danny Dread, watch about the first part, man. We break down everything, man. Nice conversation. Big up yourself, same way, Danny. And as me say, as soon as me start out the calling thing, you don't know, Danny Dread, I love for your calling because you always have some decent conversation starting question, you know? Yeah, man. Big up yourself. Yeah, man. 98 shirt, man. Even though times change and things change, you know, I not let go them time, you know, in my brain, you know. It was a wonderful time for me, man. Believe me. Immense pride me feel when I reach the World Cup there. Trust me. As a little youth I play ball. Yeah, man. They go hard for that summer there. Just because Reggae Boyz reach World Cup. I think my game improve a lot that summer there. Be a ball. But anyway, people, big up on yourself. Once again, thanks so much for being here. Get the content around people. Let them know say Jason Gooner TV have a channel. And yeah, man, we talk sense. We do a thing. People may notice not a soul drop a super chat, but it's all good. As long as you like the video and share the content for me and get some more subscribers, can't complain, people. We'll always bring the content when we have the time. Yeah, man, definitely tomorrow. Wish me could have do a stream, watch along for the Reggae girls, but we just not gonna have the time to do it. So definitely tomorrow night we'll do a recap. Definitely gonna watch the game, come back with some news from that. Give the Reggae boys a day off. You don't know. And talk about the Reggae girls tomorrow. We'll line up a stream tomorrow night. See? So yeah, man. Good luck to the Reggae girls tomorrow. Their game is at 3 o'clock Jamaica time. We'll be streaming on YouTube some places. So maybe if I can find it, may try post it on my community tab or something so I can know if I find it. Yeah, man. But other than that, people, big up on yourself. And yeah, Champions League final tomorrow, people. Can Borussia Dortmund pull off the upset? Every final has been an upset so far. Man United, what them name? Olympiacos, Atalanta. Will it be Dortmund tomorrow? Well, I don't know, people. Real Madrid is very, very strong, you know. I think the game going to be closer than people think, though. But I'm going to give Madrid the slight edge, people. The slight edge. 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, maybe even a 3-2. But I think 2-1. 2-1 to Madrid, I think. Yeah, man. I think Dortmund keep the game nice. But Madrid in the end, too much pedigree, too much ballers, and I'm going to get over the top in the end. So, yeah, man, that's my prediction. Not going out on a limb or anything. Madrid 2-1. Yeah, man. Big up on yourself, people. Blessings, manners, and respect. And until next time, Jason Gooner TV. And you don't know. Reggae boys, reggae girls. Big up on yourself. One Jamaica. Land we love. Jamaica land we love. People, let me hate it, brother. It's a part of the anthem, people. Don't hate it. Jamaica land we love. But them say, I believe no, man.